Hey guys, Life22 here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that other happy horse shit that I'm supposed to feed down your throats. And today's episode is June-ish, right? So everybody hopefully made it through makeover, and I did. Just a constant reminder to keep hydrated, and the coconut water was a cool kick. Pricey coconut water is. Kept my dew in line. Did the new out exterior, worked out more, been stretching more, things like that, trying to work on me, right? So it's supposed to be a makeover, and also like when you work on your outside, you got to work on the inside. So it's makeover. This next month, I've been racking my brain for a few days on this, and finally came to a conclusion today after speaking with a friend of mine, and I'll talk about it, see if he wants to claim credit for it, but I'm not owning credit. But this month's theme is June-ish. Miley came up with Jumping Jack June, which was runner-up thought. Do jumping jacks every day in June. So if you want to partake in that, let us know. Post in the comments, let us know how you're doing. Because then my thought was next year you would do like planking, right? So you do jumping jacks in like strange places like grocery stores, or you go to the gym and just do jumping jacks, and that was kind of a cool thought. That's like a 2-year out project until you're finally like jumping out of airplanes doing jumping jacks. It's kind of difficult to jump, but I don't know if you hear that in the background. That's rain and hail. I don't know how many of you guys experienced that today. That was wicked. Thought I was going to crack my windshield. I was driving in that. But yeah. So this is June-ish. Okay, so the ish is the part. June is easy, right? Jun is easy. It's the month of June. But June-ish is where the ish is what you want to aspire to be. You're going to try to walk in someone else's shoes, right? So if you're not typically Amish, right? Maybe you spend a month like doing your research and slowly like living an Amish lifestyle, right? Maybe you cut electricity out. These are kind of cool things, but you got to commit. You got to like go full throttle. So like obviously, no one's expected to know 100% what it's like to be Amish. You're going right into it. And then you feel free to use poetic license. So change the ish to something else. Maybe something doesn't end in an ish, right? Like this month, I'm actually going to live the life of a Jewish man, right? So I'm actually my kippah is coming in the mail, or yarmulke, depending on what dialect of Hebrew or what synagogue you go to. I'm gonna do my research. I probably won't spend the first Friday at Sabbath, but you know what I mean. I want to try to like. There's a lot of these mixed religion churches that are just been popping up all over the place. Like multi-faith churches, and they just accept anybody, right? And like Catholicism, it just accepts everybody. But it depends on like the temple you go to. Some of them are very orthodox, and some of them are reformed. So I don't just want to walk in not knowing 100% if I'm, kind of like welcome as a walker off the street. And I'm not trying to disrespect anybody either. It gives my life perspective, right? So. Never lived as a Jewish man, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to do so. I have another buddy who actually he's going to spend the month being Amish. We'll find out how he fares, and another buddy of mine was throwing out some ideas, right? Like, you'd be anything. So, like, you could be blind-ish, handicap-ish, right? These are all things that you should, like, you're trying to gain perspective, right? So it's not to be offensive. You could go complete stereotype with it and get your ass kicked, but you don't know what it's like to be blind. Put a blindfold on. No peeking. It's between you and yourself. If you're peeking, clearly you're not getting the proper perspective that this is the purpose of this. But see what it's like to be blind. But see, there's no such thing as blind-ish. So that's what the ish is. The ish is a poetic license. This is for perspective. This is to grow you as a person, right? Like me as a Jewish man, like I'm not expecting to get like persecuted, right? But then there's all the other beautiful things of, you know what I mean, that I haven't discovered because you don't hear about them, built into a stereotype of what a Jewish man would go through, right? Like, maybe I get on board with it. Maybe I don't know. I got to work on my Yiddish. I think I can have a little fun, right? Everyone should have a little fun, right? There's no harm in having a little fun. I think Yiddish words like my little curmudgeon's running around, right? Or oh no, I got a little schmutz on me. Like I think that stuff's kind of cool. And I mean, Nazis don't truly exist anymore. No one's gonna load me up on a boat and persecute me like that, or train, and it's not gonna happen. So, but, I mean, there still is persecution out there, and everybody perceives a little persecution, but at least it gives me the opportunity and the perspective to live in somebody else's shoes for a month, which isn't bad. And I think it's a great change of pace because, I mean, it's kind of, wow, really outlandish, like, right? Like, it's June, right? We're the 6th month, right? So we've halfway through the year, and we're done. This is the 6th one we're doing, and life theming, right? Each month you pick a new theme. It's to better you as a person. This isn't the hate speech channel. Everyone keeps saying this is hate speech, and Kevin screams and uses derogatory words and blah blah blah. But you know what? It's not that. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if I say, "God damn it," when I stub my toe, somebody else could say that's hate speech, or could say that that's not hate speech, but it's offensive because, like, you're taking God's name in vain, right? Like, but I don't subscribe to that, so why would that be taking that in vain? Because there's anything you could say could offend tons of people, and you just got to be you. You got to be you. Also, I've been doing less podcasts, and I really need to get back into it because I've been getting really stressed out lately, and this is really how I detox and calm down from the stresses of the world. And I got to do more than just one a month. I've got to keep on doing the farmers market ones. Those are, you know what I mean. We still do the not live streaming, but we still post the Common Council meetings. So I gotta wake up early, and which I did last month. I was waking up really early and had a regimented sleep schedule so that I can continue to better myself, and that was part of the makeover. So yeah. So my yarmulke's coming in the mail. I'm going to read into this. So like probably the first week is going to be a lot of just learning, right? Like I know quite a bit. My parents owned a Jewish imports business when I was growing up. So they would get shipments in from Israel, and they would import mezuzahs and menorahs and yarmulkes and Torahs and the yads. Yads, it's the pointer that you use because the Torah itself is a really old book, and you don't want to. Your finger oils will eat the pages apart over centuries, so they don't want. You know what I mean? Usually it's like the family Bible or the family Torah. You don't, or even the one at the temple. You don't want to destroy the writing on these paper pages, so they read it with a pointer. And there's probably a deeper meaning to it, and that's part of my research, right? Like, but I knew I had a good insight going into this on a lot of the things and the customs and stuff like that. Everybody, you can only learn so much by watching Rugrats as a kid, or listening to the story about the Maccabees by watching Friends, right? That's and then. In college, I took a Women in the Jewish Families class as an elective, right? I needed electives. Everybody does in college. I picked Women in the Jewish Families. Figured there's going to be a bunch of chicks in that place, but it was just as many dudes as there were girls. And a lot of eyebrows. Inner city Brooklyn girls have that deep thatch of eyebrow. So yeah, just not what I was expecting to take that class, but 3 10-page papers and a 20-page paper later, I can tell you all about the mikvah and women in the Jewish family. So I mean, I do have a little bit more background than the average Joe who's just going to just pick up and say, I'm going to be Amish this month, right? Like, so I mean, I just figured, hey, I would like to get some more perspective. And toe, and then fine tune some of the things I already know. Maybe they're already misconceptions, like the yarmulke. As far as I knew from what I've learned in my life, it is God's way of, like, it's like a beacon, so He can always see you and see into your soul, and it protects other things from getting in besides God. It's His conduit to you. So I know that. I mean, do I believe it? No, but I'm going to spend the next month as if I believed it, and live my life as a Jewish man. So it's going to be fun. And I'm sure I'm going to get some gripe for it, and what have you. So that is what it is. So welcome to June-ish. Comment below. Send me messages on Twitter. I always forget our Twitter, but it's linked in our Facebook page. It's linked on this YouTube channel. Yeah, it's on all that stuff. So send me a message, or send me a message here in the comments of this video. Just tell me, like, what's your thoughts? Do you think this is overboard, over the line, or is it fine? Do you want to try it? You want to pick something? Let me know if you're gonna pick something. Say, maybe you're gonna be blindish, deafish. Put earplugs in and just kind of wander around. You're deaf, right? Like, you be Daredevil. You be blind. Learn martial arts, and hey, maybe you're gonna be, I don't know, kickboxer-ish. You know what I mean? You live the life of a kickboxer for the next month, right? You can be unemployed-ish, but after June, you might still be unemployed-ish. Unless you're unemployed-ish going into June, which then you're not being anybody more than just yourself. So that's not the purpose of this. Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna have fun with this. I hope it gives me a lot of perspective, and I hope this helps you out as well. Don't forget, you can catch us if you didn't know this and you're driving to work and you can't do the audio video, but you can do the audio. We're still on iTunes. We're still on Spotify. We are on not Spreaker, Stitcher. We're on Stitcher. Plus, you can still download. You can you can still just listen to it, and you don't have to look at the photo when it's on YouTube. But YouTube is very picture-in-picture, and when your phone's muted or whatever, versus like Spotify, your phone could be off and it's just still streaming to your speaker, coming out your phone. But yeah, that's where we are for June, guys. So let us know. Let us know what tweet's happening. Wow, drawing a blank. Yeah. Oh, and we're looking for sponsors. So I know we had a couple lined up, and then they, you know what I mean, they sponsored an episode here or there, or they're going to, and so things like that. So we're looking to do. We're kind of this is new territory for us, right? We've never had a sponsor officially. And we're looking for either a full-time sponsor or somebody to sponsor an episode. Maybe there's an episode of a topic that I'm going to be talking about in the near future that you really like and your business could get behind it. And, hey. So, yeah, this is it's new territory for me. So, but there we go. All right, guys, I'm going to try to do these more often. Hopefully I can get them out like 3 days a week in the mornings before the kids go to school or whatever, and just do what we were doing back at Quinn's, just do the morning podcast. Maybe I'll go to Quinn's every morning, just do the podcast. So hopefully someday sponsored by Natter Days. I know we had been reached out to recently by a beer brewer that brews with marijuana from Colorado. They want to sponsor us, but our demographic is New York, and they're not allowed to sell their alcoholic beverage in New York because it contains THC. So, sponsors, yeah. Or, one of these days, farmersonly.com will receive my letter, or respond to my letter, and want to be our sponsor, because then I can use your theme song on my channel, and then I don't have to be lonely. All right, guys, catch you later. Hope to hear from you, and I will see you in hopefully a couple days. It's not, I know y'all miss me.